Hey, it's Tommy from VecTech here. In this video, we're going to be discussing the Anker 737 power bank and reviewing it. Now, I hate reviews that take forever to get to the point, so let me get straight to it. I've loved this power bank, and it's the one I carry everywhere, especially as a college student who's on the go and loves to travel. I need to charge a lot of things. My favorite thing is that it has insanely fast charging speeds, both for recharging it and for charging your phone. I'm sure you might know many power banks are very slow. This one's very fast. This means it can charge your iPad, laptop, phone really fast. Most power banks out there take forever to recharge and slow charge your devices, which kind of defeats the purpose when you need it the most. It has a huge capacity, flexing over 20,000 milliamps, which in English is basically like a couple full iPhone charges and basically a full MacBook or iPad charge. You can charge multiple devices at rapid speed, plus it has a display screen that tells you the exact battery percentage. Best of all, it comes with a USB-C charging cable included, which will go up to 140 watts if you need that much, but it'll work with all electronics that need that USB-C, and that's what the new iPhone 15 has, iPad, MacBook, all that stuff. So with some of the highlights in the way, let's get into specifics. I love starting off with price, as I love money and money talks. If this thing was $1 billion, I guess nobody would buy it, but it's at a very reasonable price. It's kind of strange, it's listed around $100 as the MSRP, but there's a lot of coupons that sell it for like 80 bucks, and on Amazon it's like 80 bucks all the time. So I'm not sure how long this deal will last, but it's been like this for over a year. Here's the thing, you might find other power banks that are cheaper, but this just isn't any power bank. Those power banks aren't high quality and they charge very slow. This is like basically the equivalent of plugging something into the wall for charge speeds. Honestly, you kind of get what you pay for, and if you're going to cheap out on those power banks, they're going to destroy themselves quickly and you aren't going to have them for a long time. You can probably use this Anker one for like years and on. Anker is known for having a very good reputation of their products lasting for a very, very long time. Let's talk about the most important part, charging and capacity. That's what you're buying this power bank for, hopefully, right? So here's the thing, it charges at 140 watts, which is insane. It's like there's almost no other power banks out there that do this. Many power banks like brag on the box they can charge at like 15 to 20 watts, which is actually very slow. Now, I'm human too, and these are just big numbers that they throw at us. To put this in like English, your iPhone usually charges somewhere between like 25 and 30 watts, which is much faster than most power banks even support. MacBook usually charges at like 60 watts. My iPad can kind of do like 45 watts. And some of those bigger accessories you might need it for like if you have like a handheld gaming device or some other things like that, like a portable speaker, those are going to charge you like 40 watts. Now, you're probably saying, Tommy, what's the point? Well, the point is that these other power banks are charging way too slow for what your device means. This means if you really need it and you're working on a paper due for school, or you need to like call your mom because you're lost in the middle of nowhere and the power bank's only charging at that slow speed, even if you have it plugged in, your phone or whatever might still die. This obviously is a problem because when you need your power bank the most, if it doesn't really charge your device quick enough, like what's the point, right? Now, I've experienced this myself. Now picture this, imagine you're writing a college paper that's due in the morning, you're on the airplane getting it done, and suddenly your power bank is like not charging it fast enough and your iPad dies. Simply put, especially when you're writing a paper using all the stuff on that iPad or laptop, MacBook, it's going to drain faster, and if your power bank can't support it, your thing's just going to die and there's kind of nothing you can do. That's why the fast charging on this Anker power bank is super awesome. Also, this one can charge multiple devices at high speed. Most power banks do not do this. Instead, when you plug in multiple phones, they all move to like slow charging. This one has all of them high speed charging at once, which is super nice. Imagine you need to charge your phone and your MacBook at the same time. Like any other power bank, it's going to be going much slower, but this one, they're all going to be charging at the same fast speed, which is awesome. Overall, this thing will not disappoint in the charging or capacity area. And I just wanted to add, this does support like what people call the pass-through charging, where if you plug the power bank into a wall and plug things into it, it will charge all the devices and itself. This is super nice if you're at like a hotel or something and you're charging multiple things. You can plug it all into the power bank, plug the power bank into the wall, and then everything will be charged when you wake up in the morning, which is awesome. Now, my personal experience. I've used this new Anker 737 power bank a ton. I just went on a vacation and used it on the plane to power a handheld gaming device, a Steam Deck, which requires a ton of power. It's basically like a portable PS5 or Xbox. I was able to keep my phone charged on the beach all day long when I was out, and basically everywhere I went all day long. And I still had power left over in the bank at the end of the day, which was crazy. My friends, whenever we go out, they've always used it to keep their phones charging. I think 5 or 6 people all relying on this one thing, and the occasional MacBook stuff for business stuff. This thing is a beast and I love it. Just for reference, in the video you're watching, my friends have been using this non-stop before I had recorded the video, and they'd only use 60% of it constantly charging phones, laptops, etc. all night, which is crazy. Anker is known as basically the highest quality and most reputable power bank slash charging company out there. Now, actually, how many of you had an iPhone or Android charger that just keeps like ripping open and breaking all the time? Like, if you need a good one that lasts forever, you buy it from Anker. Like, they're really not that expensive. They're like indestructible cables. Like, now here's the weird thing about the power bank market is that many places lie about the capacity and safety of their product to like knock the price down. The most notable thing about Anker is that they don't lie. Every test done on YouTube reflects they don't lie about the capacity or safety of their product. You can go on Amazon, look up the same capacity power bank. There's a ton, but once you start using them, you realize that they don't really hold any of that power and often hold like half of that, and they degrade quickly. As you know, all batteries degrade, so literally like after like a year, you could be dealing with a power bank that barely charges your phone once. Anker is not like that. You get the full capacity and super high quality. It will last you for years. The other thing is, this thing is like a big brick of electricity. It does give me some ease knowing that this isn't some like cheap knockoff made in some random house somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Like, you don't want this thing exploding in your backpack, bro. That's not gonna be good. So this has drip charging for the AirPods. What's strange is that AirPods really don't like charging with power banks at all. This becomes frustrating because especially if you're using your AirPods a lot and you're on a long flight or whatever, you really want them charged. So this power bank has a feature to fix that. It has drip charging, which basically will override the mechanism. It's complicated. I'm not into all that science, but it'll charge the AirPods. I know that's a big thing with power banks, that it won't do that. There's some other devices that have issues with it. I've heard maybe Apple Watches sometimes also have an issue with power banks, and this will fix that and let it charge. There's some cool features with this power bank. This power bank has like a display screen like a phone showing you the battery percentage, how many times you've used it, how much time it'll take until it runs out of battery and stuff at that rate, which is nice. It also has a temperature monitor if you're worried about overheating, but I've never had it overheat before. So for design and size, the design is sleek. I'm super into fashion, I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm into actual use and practicality, but if something looks ugly, I'm not gonna buy it. The design's super sleek. It's got a dark gray and black finish, so it's awesome. Smooth and fancy. It is definitely not ugly. It isn't like huge. It's slightly bigger than a smartphone in length and a little bit of width to it. Please do not take this part out of context. For size specifications, it is 6 inches long, 2 inches wide, and about 2 inches tall. According to Anker's website, it's pretty accurate to what I've seen. So what's in the box? What do you get when you buy this thing? So this thing actually comes with like a cool sleeve to protect the power bank, which is nice. I use it, honestly, just stop it from getting nicked or whatever. It comes with, most importantly, as I said earlier, a charging cable that's USB-C to USB-C, which is like, you know, iPad, MacBook, new iPhone. And this one is rated up to 140 watts, it says on the cable. If you have anything that actually needs that much power, like, it'll work. But the thing is, guys, not all cables support high wattage. So if you have like an older iPhone cable or whatever, it might not actually support fast charging or the ultra fast charging. So the fact it comes with this cable is pretty sick because you don't have to worry about buying that cable anywhere else. You can just use the one that came with this. The cable's not connected to the power bank. Obviously, you can unplug so you can use it for other things in your home too, just so you know. I got some nerd specs here. If you're someone that's super into the details about this thing, let me give you just some cool spec rundown. It supports power delivery 3.1, which is the newest kind of USB-C thing going on. It comes with 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port. Overall, this power bank is super solid. I've had no regrets with it, and it's quickly becoming one of the most popular power banks out there. If you're interested in buying this thing, you can check a link in the description. I think it got Amazon, Anker's website, just a couple places. Should have a link to that coupon. That way you guys can see where I'm seeing that coupon on the website too. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting that like button and leaving a comment. It helps my new channel a ton. This is my first video, so let me know if you guys enjoy what I create. I make these videos for you guys, so if something I'm making isn't working, please let me know. If you want more tech videos, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos every week. Take care.